So the bad hair day is a fly I came up with mainly for smallmouth fishing. There's a plastic bait called a sluggo or a fluke, and what it does is it has a really awesome side-to-side action, kind of a neutral buoyancy type bait, and it's something about that action that really drives smallmouth nuts. So I came up with this fly. It doesn't have as much action, but it's just one of those things, you know, it moves without moving the fly. So a lot of movement, and if you fish the fly right, it does kind of juke side to side. So, and it's very simple, and it's killer for just about everything you fish for, from tarpon right down to bass. So today I'm going to be using a B10S. You can use different size hooks, like saltwater hooks, to give you a little bit faster sink rate. You can wind a little lead or a little copper wire on there just to give you that little extra sink. Sometimes you can wind lead right on the hook shank as you're fishing, and that gives you a kind of a neat drop back action. Mainly we fish these on floating lines, sometimes a sink tip. And I'll actually fish these patterns off of the breakwaters for big Chinooks and trophy browns in the harbor in Milwaukee. So it's a great fly. I'll show you how to tie it now. Okay, we're going to go with the UTC 140, nice heavy thread. Just build yourself up a little base. Go about to the halfway point. This one's going to be a baby bass, so we're going to start out with a little creamy colored belly and tail. When you're tying these flies, if you want the fly to be shorter, you tie the first piece in forward and fold it back. But if you want a little bit of length to the fly, you actually tie your normal, like tying a tail on a streamer. So what I do is I roll the material around the hook slightly and lock it in and just bind it down. You know, it's kind of important to really bind these materials down, because one of the drawbacks of this fly is it really gets tangled, and a lot of times when you're on the water you have to take a comb to really, you know, untangle the fly, but it fishes so well it's kind of worth that little bit of a hassle. I'm going to add a little bit more to this. And what I like to do on the tail section is pull out some of the underfur, because it gives you a little more action. And on the front part of the fly, don't pull out the underfur, because the bulk is what I use to get the action of the whole entire fly. So now I'm going to go with some rusty olive angel hair. And one of the other keys to this fly, it's called funking the hook. So when you do that, it distributes your materials evenly around the hook. And you can use that for a lot of other flies. Otherwise, this angel hair has a tendency to stay in one spot. Okay, so now we're going to go with the medium brown. And this is kind of what the signature part of this fly is this forward wrap of this, or the forward tie of the craft fur. And like I said, you keep that underfur in, and you just poke it over the hook and trap it. And remember, really wind it down, funk it, and then distribute evenly, and then just go through the material like this, and then just bind it down in front. But don't clamp this down, because you want that right there. Thunk it. Add a little bit more angel hair. Thunk it. Advance the thread a little bit. put another piece in, because as you can see I'm just trying to fill up the head.
Do you not take out the underfur because you want the bulk?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the bulk. And one other thing I forgot to mention is when you're tying this fly, get your hook point back in the vise so you can preen as you're going along. Otherwise, you're going to hook yourself. And I want a little bit more flash in here, so I'm going to put one last clump of angel hair. Angel hair in. And now we're going to go with the olive, just for that darker colored smallmouth back. Now you preen it, thunk it, preen it. And we're going to put the distinctive barring that everybody knows about the smallmouth.
This was all craft fur, right?
Yeah. Extra select. And one thing I like to do on my flies too is I like to leave the angel hair or flashable a little bit longer, just so I let the current fish the fly. And you can see it's just a killer action in the water and a great fish catcher.
Cool. Bad hair day. I love it.
So we got that. Do you want me to do my Simpleach real quick? That is like a 2-second fly, but I mean it's pretty key.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Let me,
I just have to find some black rabbit strip. I know where it is.
do a Skagit cast with a haul.
Skagit with a haul? Dude, this ain't even fair.